And what this map shows you, and I must say it's pretty shocking when you present it in this way, what it clearly shows is that if there is no peace agreement between Palestinians and Israel, more of those green areas, more of that Palestinian land will be eaten up by Jewish settlements. Although right now there is a freeze on settlements by Israel because there's so much international pressure, the Palestinians say if we don't have peace soon, we won't have a Palestine left.
Isn't that amazing? Joining us now is Caroline Glick, senior contributing editor for the Jersualem Post, author of The Israeli Solution, a one-state plan for peace in the Middle East. Hello, Caroline.
Hi, Steve. Thanks so much for having me on your program.
My pleasure. You know, MSNBC is just outrageous. If it's not Ayman Moyeldin falsely saying that the terrorist didn't have a knife when the picture showed he had a knife in his hand, then it's something like this where they show a map of 1946 of a country called Palestine that had Jerusalem and Tel Aviv. I mean, it's just insane what's going on in the media.
It is really insane, but it's par for the course, really, with the coverage of Israel that we've experienced over the past 2 decades, really. It is pernicious because there never was a state of Palestine, as you mentioned. The area was under British colonial rule. Illegally, they barred Jews from buying land, from settling the land. This was in contravention of international law. And now the Palestinians are claiming that all of this area that under international law was apportioned to the Jews was part of an imaginary country that never existed. I guess they had unicorns there too and rainbows, and it was really wonderful. Suddenly, you know, people have nostalgia for something that never existed. It's really troubling that MSNBC would be putting out this kind of lie.
What about the situation on the ground? I know a wall was built to protect Jews in East Jerusalem, and I know that Israel's doing much of what it can. Where are we going with this? I mean, you know, Kerry, to his credit, came out and said, you know, that there will be no international presence, that was response to a proposal by France. But, you know, Mahmoud Abbas, I haven't heard one word, Caroline, not one word, to this moment from this administration that Mahmoud Abbas went to the UN and ripped up the Oslo Accords.
Right, and you know, I mean, I think that it's important to note that the government have this idea. They're trying to figure out how to protect people in a Jewish neighborhood called Armona Natsif, which is bordering the Arab neighborhood where so many of the recent terrorists have emanated from, and they keep getting shot at in their living rooms and getting rocks thrown at them and firebombed in their homes. And so the government tried to put together some sort of a stopgap measure to protect them while they're trying to put together a larger operation to root out the terrorists in the Arab neighborhoods of Jerusalem. But that was taken away mainly because it was symbolically very problematic to be putting up any sort of barriers inside of unified Jerusalem. So that was actually taken down today. And look, you know, I mean, the question about, you know, where we go from here when the United States is denying the basic reality that Israel has nobody to make peace with on the Palestinian side, that the supposedly moderate leadership of the Palestinian Authority is actually not only they can't condemn Mahmoud Abbas can't condemn the terrorism because he's too busy inciting it. You know, I mean, he's busy all the time telling people to go out and kill Jews and protect Al-Aqsa, which is the Muslim mosque on the Temple Mount, the site of the 2 Jewish temples. Which is a complete lie. Nobody's harming it, and so he's too busy stirring up racial and religious hatred among Muslims towards Jews to bother condemning terrorism. And you're right, the Obama administration is in utter denial about this basic reality that everybody on the ground in Palestinian society is supporting and sponsoring terrorism against Israel.
Right, and of course the problem of incitement, you know, goes to the time the kids could watch TV and read a book and go to school. Kill the Jew, take Jerusalem with our blood, and they glorify those who are terrorists. I mean, as long as a society is built on that, you can't talk to them.
No, you know, and even before that, they start preaching to them that they should be killing Jews and liberating Jerusalem from the Jewish apes and pigs when they're in preschool before they even begin.
Right. I've seen the TV shows, you know, with Mickey Mouse playing, you know, we will take Jerusalem with our blood and we will kill the Jew. I've seen it. I've played it. It's outrageous. Caroline, stay strong. We'll speak to you soon. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Caroline Glick, ladies and gentlemen, here on the Steve Malzberg Show. And again, this moral equivalency of both sides, cycle of violence, all these catchphrases are harmful. We're coming back. Don't